Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to start off by thanking all of our supporters last night with last night's bust. We couldn't do it without you guys. Thank you for all the support and the shares and all the love. I want to start off by saying we never did disclose which fire department that Alex works for or who he is with. We just had said where he is from, the location, and that he is a firefighter. So for anybody who was kind of worried about that, we did not mention which fire department he was with. But Alex, the police did show up yesterday after the sting. Everything was turned over to them. All of the chat logs and any pictures and any evidence that we had was turned over to the police department. The police department did call him when they were in the middle of talking to us and getting our story and our information from us. He admitted to everything on the phone. No, this is a different one, Zachary. The sting that happened in Minnesota yesterday was just a no-show. He did not get spooked. We have that happen often. It's basically what happens is the predators get cold feet before they even, when on the day and when it's getting so close to time, they get cold feet. He was not arrested on the spot. The police officers did call him. He admitted to everything, and it's all going into evidence at this point. So from there, it just kind of depends upon what the DA is going to do and what they decide to do on that. Just so everybody knows, I'm not actually driving. I am sitting in my vehicle. I can't give you a definite answer on that, Ashley. He is going to be prosecuted. What the DA does is out of our control. But we do not go on these busts until we know that all of our chat logs, we have enough in our chat logs with our decoys. You know what I mean? We have to make sure that we have the pictures and all the chat logs there's enough in there for us to be able to prosecute him if they decide to. Brittany, you are correct. He has. Teresa, I can't really give you a number on that. I don't know for certain how many people we have. We've got a good handful of hunters and decoys as well. I certainly agree with you, Jen. It's kind of like the statement, once a cheater, always a cheater. I 100% agree with you there. I also wanted to touch base and founder, who you guys see, Jay Pretty there, he's the founder of the organization. He's the only one that is well trained. A lot of the other hunters and decoys were all still in training through Jay. He's doing a very good job with it. We try to keep it as professional as we can. We're not allowed to be swearing at these guys and calling them names. At best, we can call them a predator. Teresa, you can message the page, and our head decoy will certainly get a hold of you, and you go through kind of an interview process, and then from there, if she thinks that you got what it takes, she can kind of set you up from there, but you got to talk to the head decoy. So if you want to message the page, she'll certainly get a hold of you. Thank you, Kimberly, for showing the support from Pennsylvania. Sorry if the audio is fuzzy. I don't know what I could do different. So we can't really disclose a whole lot of information on Alex last night. I just want everybody to know that we did not disclose the fire department he was with. We did disclose that he is from Janesville and he is a firefighter. I can tell you he is not on Janesville Fire Department. So our biggest goal out here is to just keep the kids safe and expose these guys and let the parents know, you can give a teenager a phone at a young age, but make sure you keep an eye on it. They're curious. And unfortunately, their curiosity can put them into situations that none of the parents want them to be in. Alexander, it's been Jay's been doing this for a few months now. Or month and a half. If you guys see Jay Pretty there that is commenting, he's actually the founder, so he's kind of keeping the answers as well. But we wanted to touch base with you. The hunters try to do kind of an update the next day after a sting, and then answer any questions that you may have. This is the update of the Janesville bust yesterday that Jake, myself, I am a new hunter, did yesterday. It was my first one. But as far as the other one you guys had seen yesterday, like I said, sometimes they just don't show up. They get cold feet. So it wasn't that he got spooked. Just keep an eye out on the page for any further updates on the one from yesterday. You're welcome, Aaron. Thank you for the support. Believe me, Julie, it does take a lot for us hunters to not swear at them and call them names and to start swinging at them. It's disgusting what these guys do to our children in the community, and believe me, it takes a lot. But I would rather them get locked up and be put behind bars where they belong versus a one-time beatdown, and then getting myself in trouble too. They do keep I can't say they necessarily keep me updated. If anything, they'll keep Jay updated. They'll call him and let him know they've got his number. If they have any further questions, or if it's going to get, they need any more information, they might keep them updated. Jay, if you want to chime in on that. Thank you, Debbie. Caitlin, I actually live real close to you. I'm just out in Janesville for a sting last night, but I am actually the Luck, Wisconsin hunter. And it definitely kills us as well, but our goal is to keep the kids safe and to try and get these hunters these predators out of our community and keep the kids safe. It's heartbreaking to see that they're so close, but it's not only that. We want to make sure parents are aware too that you got to pay attention to your kid's phone. You can let them have a phone at a young age. Especially for their safety, but you got to make sure you keep an eye on their phones as well, and make sure that there's these sites out there and kids are curious. And a lot of teenagers, especially at that age, they think it's cool to be with somebody older. They think it's the cool thing to do. So their curiosity is going to strike, and unfortunately they don't realize that they're predators. James, if you want to message the page, one of us or Jay will probably get a hold of you. You kind of go through a little interview process, and if he thinks that you have what it takes, we can take you on, and then within your area. You're welcome. And bear in mind, our Facebook is, we get hundreds of messages a day, James, so just try to be patient with us, and somebody will get back to you as soon as we can. Thanks for the support. Yes, Mac Johnson, I do, or did. How are you doing, Mac? Yeah, that's the tough part, Caitlin, but the good thing with decoys is they're very well protected. The decoys, they generally have throwaway phones, or we never let the decoys use their own phone number, especially that. And you can do it on your own time, you know. You don't if you have time one night to relax a little bit on the computer and try and do some decoying, you know, certainly talk to our head decoy about it, which is also the co-founder, and she can set you up with it if you're interested. No, Eric, I get what you're saying, man, but one thing you got to keep in mind is when it's in public like that, if I would have thrown a punch at him, you know, I would be the one getting, it's on camera that I swung at him, and all this is on live. So if I swing at him, they can press charges against me for that. And none of this is entrapment either. I mean, we are not the police. We say it in all the videos that we are not the police. You can leave at any point in time. We just give them the chance to try and explain themselves to us, and then at that point they try to get out of it, and they try to backpedal because they know that they're caught. But obviously at that point it's way too late. But Eric, I definitely understand what you're saying. Last night's hunt, gent, went real well. The police did show up. They did call him. He admitted to everything on the phone. He had told us before we had left that he would like to be able to get a chance to resign from the fire department the right way. But things went well, and the police and the DA has got everything that they need from us. So whether they prosecute him or not, we don't know yet. That's kind of up to the DA's office on that. Absolutely, Heather. Couldn't agree more. Yes, Adam, people have gotten arrested before. Facebook is definitely something that should be checked, but the biggest thing is kids go on these chat sites that parents don't know about. There's so many of them, and honestly, I don't even know a lot of them, and that's why we have our decoys, because the decoys do their research and they know the websites. But I would say that I don't think Facebook is the biggest one. It's these smaller chat sites that kids can go on, and they can go live on, and things like that parents got to be keeping an eye out for, because Facebook you can go on and track. Now, if you go through and look at what sites kids have been on online on their phones, then you can kind of see what they are, because a lot of them don't know how to clear their history and things like that, and that's how they can hide it from their parents. So you got to do a little bit more deeper. You got to investigate a little bit more with your kids' devices. Thank you, Carrie, for the support. That is very, very true, Ashley. Thank you, Heather. And yes, absolutely. Please share, share, and make sure it gets out there. We are a non-for-profit, so the more sharing, the better. It helps us out a lot. It's a big benefit. So if you guys can go ahead and share everything, go on the page and make sure everybody knows our page and and likes our page. The more we can get everything out there and people can see what we do. Exactly, Caitlin. Their parents don't realize. I mean, they kind of look at the newspaper to see when a pedophile is getting out of prison, and that's when they freak out because they realize that, hey, they're in my town. But what people don't realize is there's a lot more than just them. There's predators all over the place that are not being exposed, and that's what we're here to do, and to protect the children and make sure parents realize that these children are curious. You know, as innocent as everybody thinks their children are, they have curiosity just like everybody else does. The co-founder is Brittany. The one you said hi to earlier, Kimberly. Thanks, Lucky. Chelsea, he did not go to jail that we know of. I cannot answer what happened after the police department left the scene and after they got all the information. That was not disclosed to us, so I can't say that he is in jail. I can say that it's all at the DA's office and it's up to them of what they want to do with it now. We're kind of all over. That's why it's worldwide. A lot of us are in Minnesota and Wisconsin. I'm actually the Luck, Wisconsin hunter. I'm out here in Janesville today or last night to do that bus to help out. But anywhere from Janesville to basically the Twin Cities, up to Luck. I'll even go up to Superior. We're kind of a little all over the place right now. Hey, Bobby. So any of you guys that have recently came back in and want to know an update, I'll do an update one more time here. Yesterday's bust went well. The police department they did show up on scene after he had left. They do have all the information from us. Chat logs and everything else. As of right now, it's up to the DA's office of what they want to do. He did admit to the police. They called him on scene, and he admitted to everything. That's exactly it, Joe. I mean, I can't necessarily say that I don't feel bad for these predators at all, but what I will say is that I am a firm believer that they became a predator because of their history, for something that has happened in their history, something, whether they had been a victim at some point in time or a family member, and unfortunately they didn't get the help that they needed to put their head back on straight and put them back in the right direction, which it's not showing them sympathy, but I like to believe that people aren't born a predator, you know? I mean, there's obviously something that had to have happened to them. Lisa, this happened in Janesville. Well, at first, Caitlin, they try to backstep and deny everything if you notice that. But once we tell them that we have all the proof that we need, they tend to want to try and explain themselves and then back out of it and just say that they're curious, or try to make up some sort of a sick excuse to make us believe it. And unfortunately for them, it's way too late for that. But they certainly too try to deny it at first, and then once they realize there's evidence, they don't want to sit there and try and lie about it. A lot of times they just come out about it. Sometimes it takes a little bit after we do the sting, but eventually they do come out. So thank you guys for all your support. Again, please, if you guys could share the page, share the videos, share any posts that we have. All the support is very muchly appreciated. We wouldn't be able to do it without you guys. No, Barb, we're never done in any city. Wherever there's a predator, we're gonna go, to that city, and we're trying to get hunters throughout the states. So, as far as this bus goes, yes, we are complete with this one, unless Jay, the founder, gets any more phone calls from the DA. But the sting is complete for this guy. That's a very good question, Adam. I really don't, I don't know. We do not have a group in Oklahoma right now, Adam. As far as anybody that is with us, we are certainly looking for hunters. So if you're interested, certainly message the page, and we can kind of go get back to you and try and get you set up. We do not work for local police. We're a non-for-profit organization that is just doing this to try and keep the kids safe in our community. So thank you guys. Please do all the please share as much as you can and get the word out. And if you guys have any further questions with comments after I end the video, we certainly try to get back to you guys as soon as we can. But thank you guys for all the support, and you guys have a great day.